would talk about India and whether we were getting close with India. Is this that same deal that we were talking about the entire time finally coming to fruition, Mr. Ambassador?
Yes. Yes, this is it. The time has come, and now we have the deal. We'll finish papering it, but we know the specifics, we know the details. It's a very exciting opportunity. On the one hand, we'll continue to maintain some level of tariff against India, 18%, because we have this giant trade deficit with them. But they've also agreed to reduce their tariffs for us on a variety of agricultural products, manufactured goods, chemicals, medical devices, et cetera. It's an exciting opportunity for both countries.
Because I remember, Jamieson, that we got things done with certain countries where we thought it wasn't that egregious the way we were being treated. There was a notion that India was one of the worst actors in terms of protectionism for their own stuff and tariffs. Is everything going to zero? It sounds too good to be true. That's kind of what the president indicated, and we're staying at 18 for what we tariff Indian goods. Is that really what the trade deal stipulates?
So with India, right now, today, for industrial goods, their average tariff is about 13.5%. That's going to go to zero for virtually everything. When I say virtually, I mean 98, 99%. On the agricultural side, there's a vast array of agricultural goods that will go to zero. India, like every country in the world, including the United States, had some protection around some certain key areas. Well, they'll continue to control that, and we'll continue to work on access. But for a variety of things, tree nuts, wine, spirits, fruits, vegetables, etc., they're going down to zero.
But
so this is a big win.
And you got the oil concession, which it just seems like a lot of things. The non-trade barriers are being significantly reduced by India as well?
Yes, the non-tariff barriers, as you know, Joe, if you get rid of a tariff, that's one thing, but often the non-tariff barriers pose problems. So we have an understanding and agreement with the Indians as well on a variety of technical barriers to trade, areas where they have not accepted U.S. standards. We know American goods are safe. We know they're effective, et cetera. We have effective regulation in the U.S., sometimes too effective. So we have an agreement with them on a process for recognizing certain U.S. standards. They obviously have their own political considerations, and they have their own processes for accepting those standards. But that's a key portion of this trade agreement that should open up this market of over 1 billion people to U.S. goods.
How much are we talking about in terms of displacing Russian oil for use by India? How does that work exactly? And some of it could be Venezuelan that they would get from us, some of the 50 million barrels that the president talks about all the time?
That's right. So remember, India, prior to 2022, 2023, really didn't import Russian crude. Right. They took advantage of a situation where Russian crude was trading at a discount because they couldn't get it to any other countries because of sanctions. President Trump very accurately put the Indians on notice that we viewed this as supporting the Russian war effort. And starting early, at the end of last year, the Indians started winding down their purchase of Russian oil. We've been monitoring that. They've been diversifying purchases of energy from the U.S., not just oil, but also gas, propane, other things. That's been going up. We'll keep monitoring that. Obviously, they want to diversify from other sources too, whether it's Venezuela or the Gulf, et cetera. There are a lot of opportunities to do this. The Indians are making the right choice.